Alright, hey guys, I'm Colin Mosberger with the Haunting 101 video series, showing you all about scare theory, haunt theory, everything theory about frightening people. And today I'm going to be talking about, as you can see, the roller coaster of fear and how this plays out in our haunted houses. Now, the last video I talked about the flow of a haunt, how different scenes interact together, and I mentioned when I was talking about the meat of a haunt where you're trying to scare people, this concept of fear being like a roller coaster. And there's a lot we can do with this metaphor, so I want to really explore it more in this lesson. Alright, so let's look at what's happening on a roller coaster, what's really causing these riders fear as they experience it. And I think you'll see that it's a lot similar to a haunted house. So, this here, as you can see, the lift hill, first drop, another hill there, and I'm just going to use that basic framework. So, as we're riding uphill on our roller coaster, we're starting to anticipate that drop. We've all been on roller coasters, hopefully, or we can imagine, but I know for me, a lot of the times the scariest part on any roller coaster is the lift hill, before the actual part that you'd think would scare you, scares you. So this part I'm going to label as anticipation. Alright, these guys are all thinking, holy crap, what's going to happen when we go over this hill? And then, if you've ever been on a roller coaster, you get over that hill, and it's actually really fun once you're going fast, but it's just the lift hill that's scary. But, as you drop, you have that feeling in the pit of your stomach, you're flying out of your seat. This is the full fear! And I'm trying to write big and bold because I know the camera doesn't pick up on much, but that says fear. As you drop is the fear. But then you get to the bottom and you feel this wonderful feeling. You're flying, it feels amazing. This is relief. But then we go up another hill. Oh no, we see that drop coming. Here's more anticipation. And more fear, more relief, going on and on and on throughout the whole ride. And this is the experience of what it's like to be in a haunted house. Let's think about it. We walk into a scene, the lights are dim, we know there's gotta be a monster in there somewhere, we feel this anticipation and it's terrible and frightening. And we're super tense, tension is incredibly high. And then, boom, the monster scares us. We freak out, this is our moment of fear. Ah! We jump, we hang on to our boyfriend for dear life. And then that feeling of relief, we're like, okay, this scene at least is over. As we walk out into the hallway before we enter the next room. But then we enter the next room and oh, shit, there's gonna be another one in here. So we build up, we're super tense, and then it gets us, and this process continues throughout. So this is how we can kind of draw a parallel between riding a roller coaster and going through a haunted house. But a roller coaster is a lot simpler to look at because we're looking at literal altitudes of up and down versus, oh, what is fear in a room where a Texas Chainsaw Massacre guy comes out and chases us around? We don't know, but we can look at a roller coaster and draw parallels. Alright, so let's take this roller coaster, this literal curve, and let's draw a graph out of it to make a curve, and maybe this will be more close to what a haunted house is like. So I'll just draw it like a curve like this, and 2 cycles should be good there. Okay, so this, let's say, marks one scene. So this is one unit of a haunt. By scene, by scare, however you want to look at it. But I'm going to do this assuming the model of one scare per scene, because it makes it a lot easier to understand. So we walk into the scene. We're in a new, unfamiliar environment. At this point here, we are having build-up. This directly causes anticipation, which ups the fear inside of us. Not really the startle fear, but it makes us afraid to continue because we don't know what's lurking ahead. We don't know what this rush is going to feel like once that monster pops out. And we don't know when we're going to get that rush either. So then we get to the top, and this is our highest point of tension. And fear too, really. So this is high tension. I guess I'll just draw an arrow over to the side to indicate that we're graphing tension. And then this would be time as you progress through the haunted house, or length of the haunted house, or however you want to look at it. But tension, so we have this buildup of tension. We're getting really, really tense as we're awaiting that scare. And right at this point, where after this point it starts, it relieves tension, this is wherever that scare happens to be. This marks the time at which that scare happens, and then our tension will release. So we're going to have this, after the scare we have relief. because we've had our scare there. And then we're able to walk out of that room or walk through the rest of that room at least knowing that the monster's right here. So we're able to let our guard down a little bit. Now, of course, there's times to take advantage of that and throw another monster in there. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to tell anyone how to plan their hunts, but I'm going through just a really basic model of 1 scare per room. Okay, so build up. We have scare, high tension. High tension. At the moment where guests are most able to let their guard down, let's say roughly right after the scare, right, because it then starts building up again. But let's say they walk out after that room into a hallway where there's nothing, obviously, and they're, oh, okay, we can let our guard down. This is low tension, or as I like to say, low T. And then they start building up again, and they go through this whole cycle, and we could translate this cycle out, and maybe it takes a little longer or a little slower depending on what scene you're in, but really it's the same thing going on. So, what is the basic point of this principle? And if we look back at what I was talking about at the beginning with anticipation making us very, very afraid and tense, and it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good to be afraid. But then, once we get over this hill, once that monster pops out, or once gravity starts pulling us down on this roller coaster, then holy crap, is it fun, right? If anyone's ever been on a roller coaster, after you get going, it's a lot of fun. It's just the scary part going up the hill. And this has a lot to do with why people like haunted houses. Nobody likes that horrible feeling of anticipation, but they love the feeling of relief. They hate this. This is awful. Building up tension, it doesn't feel good. No one would go to a haunted house if that's all there was. But they love that downward rush. Just like nobody rides a roller coaster for the lift hill. Nobody rides it for that. They ride it for going down, whizzing around the corners, all the fun parts like that. So I think that just about does it for this little mini lesson here, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. Ask me some questions if you can, provide some criticisms. Also, feel free to like me on Facebook. The link is in the description, but it's for the Haunting 101 channel, so I'll have tons of tutorials over time there that you can find. I think that's it. Thank you all for watching. Please like, subscribe, all that jazz, and I will see you guys next Tuesday. Bye-bye.